Prince Albert's Cox 4 event. On your left will be Exeter University, University of Virginia on your right. Away first time here. Again, relative tranquility down at the start. It's always sort of the way the race develops, and as to does the whole history of this place, because you get more and more crowds right down to the enclosures at the end here. And it just builds up like a crescendo. We'd expect that also from this particular event. Quite a tight event. Absolutely.
I mean, the Henley course is almost in tandem with the nature of match racing. You're absolutely right, Gary, in saying it's so peaceful and serene at the start, but when you hit that remnant roar, you're going to know about it as you come past there.
Virginia just about 1/3 of the length up. Here again, Cox 4's one of the brutal events here, because again you're carrying in the bow seat just ahead of the bows there, lying down the coxswain seats, the coxswain, and so it just makes it just that even more brutal event.
I think the Prince Albert this year is particularly savage. I mean, the racing is so tight this year. We've got a huge entry. I think it was almost 50 crews entered into the regatta itself, yet only 24 can actually be accommodated. There's some really savage qualifying races necessary. But this University of Virginia crew, they are the second-ranked crew from the club, and it'd be interesting to see how far they can actually progress in this competition.
Yeah, sometimes you get events like this and races like this, Tom, where you've also got on the Exeter side, they've come through, they had to qualify for this event, so they've done well here, and again they've got an opportunity coming up against a second-ranked boat from the University of Virginia to come through, and we're seeing that now as we are live with them in the second part of this course.
Absolutely, I think they're taking full advantage of that. I think they'll be buoyed by the fact that they even qualified for the event. Because Exeter University are not one of the strongest university rowing programmes, but they're certainly making a name for themselves in the Prince of Wales and the Prince Albert. And they are taking it head on here against the University of Virginia and really putting down a good show.
Well, University of Virginia led in the first quarter out to the barrier. They had about a third of a length as we came out of the island heading towards the barrier, the first quarter mark, give or take. They're now suffering for that because Exeter University, the top-ranked boat from the University Boat Club in this regatta, taking full advantage of the middle part, the middle 1,000, where the course just veers out. It's a dead straight course, but the crews come away from the banks on either side, and they're just isolated. That's the point where you have to kick on and really move, and Exeter University are doing exactly that now. We're now through Remenham Club. Again, about, give or take, 3/4 of the way through, and Remenham Club marks, depends on how brave you are, Tom, whether in a tight race you start to move for the line, but we're not going to see that from Exeter, but we'll see that crews marking and moving on from around that point.
Absolutely, and I don't think it's necessary for Exeter to move. If you looked at both crews there as the camera zoomed out, Exeter were by far the more relaxed, really relaxed rhythm, a style, whereas Virginia were almost pulling at it. As you see them there, they're really looking to move the boat on, but struggling in the dirty water.
Wonderful crowds here on the day 2 of the Royal Regatta, coming out to see these crews. University of Virginia, one of 59 American crews coming to this regatta this year, a record entry. That is the draw from our friends across the pond. 59 boats coming, one of them is University of Virginia. Alas, it's not going to be their regatta this year. Exeter University, lying down in the Fionn Dewthwaite. Sterling job there, moving her crew through this race, through this event. I was actually watching Virginia warming up earlier, stretching before they got onto the water. There was a lot of noise coming from the area in the boat tents and really psyching themselves up here. Not to be today. Nice water though. Definitely better water today than it was yesterday in the closing stages. Less traffic from the left-hand side, that is out of your view, but all the river traffic passes up and down out on the left.
Seeing as this looks like it might well be the last opportunity we get to see this Prince of Albert fall from Virginia, I have to pass on, among other people, my respect for their beautiful kit, resplendent colours, which they only wear at Henley Regatta. It's a particular style and colour of kit, and it really is, it does stand out as they come down the course.
Well, it'll be Exeter University hanging on here. They're almost look as though they're falling apart because University of Virginia have found some springs here. Surely they're not going to come back on. The angle is slightly deceptive. The University of Virginia just not really having it today in the middle part here. That's the finishing line. Exeter University taking it through to the next round. University of Virginia with their fluorescent colours. They'll be around for a few days to enjoy it from the bank, and they are always welcome visitors here. But today, Exeter University go through by 1 length over the University of Virginia.